Hey guys, welcome to today's live. I see a lot of comments in the chat area. Good evening, Julian, Dixon, Jewel, Clyde, Andy, Caris, Ohad. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to this evening's live. I did start 5 minutes early so that people could join and be on time. But if you know somebody who might want to be on this live, go ahead and share this link so they too can benefit from the information that will be given this evening. Hey, Nikisha. So, good evening, Sarah. So, we are live here on YouTube as well as Facebook and IG. And I'm going to give others a few more minutes to join, maybe just a minute or two, because we were open 5 minutes ago for people to join. We already know that we are here this evening to learn about the requirements that will be needed for a school district that is seeking teachers from the Caribbean. I did mention some of the Caribbean. You know, I'm not going to be able to list all. Please forgive me if I don't call your country's name. But when I say the Caribbean, you know if you're from a Caribbean country. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up in the chat box if you're hearing me, because I'm not sure if the audio is working properly. Good evening, Miss Nioka and Antoinette and Princess. Awesome. Thank you for that, Kamika and Julian. So audio is working. So welcome again, guys. For those who are joining this platform for the first time, let me go ahead and reintroduce myself. My name is Dr. Stephanie Williams Britton, and I'm an international teacher here in the United States. I am also an advocate for international teachers, and as such, on this platform, I share with teachers different things that's happening, and also school districts that seek teachers. If you're joining this platform for the first time, you need to subscribe so that you can check out some of the interesting things you can learn about teaching in the United States, not only from me, but also from other international teachers who come on this platform to share their international experience here on the platform. It's always refreshing to hear what other teachers have to say, to hear about their experience, and also to learn about their journey. So if this is the first time on this platform, you definitely want to go ahead and subscribe, turn your notification bells on so that you can never miss out on a video that's uploaded or whenever we are live. We will be starting a series shortly with new international teachers who came this summer, who will be sharing with us how they got their teaching job here in the United States. You don't want to miss that. All right. Thank you, Karish and Princess. So this live today is going to be short and spicy. It's not going to be a long one. It's not going to be a long one. The main objective for this one is just to give you the requirements, things that you will need, and how the process will work for this job opportunity. I mentioned on the flyers, as well as that short video, the different areas that the school districts seek teachers for, and I will be sharing that again. But the purpose of the video is to make sure that you're following the steps correctly, and that you're also making sure that you are doing what is needed to be successful for this opportunity. All right, Emmanuel, great to see you too. All right, so before we go into the requirements, let's give a big shout out to all our Caribbean people who are online currently. I would like for you to just go ahead and put your Caribbean country in the chat box so that we can see the different countries that are being represented today. Let's see. where you're logging on from. Good afternoon, Jay and Paulette. I might not see the flags, so if you can type the names, that's okay. I know Thesia typed something, but I see Jiwa. I'm not sure if it's Guyana. St. Vincent, Guyana. Guyana in the house. Jamaica, Antoinette and Marsha. Odette. Guyana, Jamaica JM. Okay. We're Belize. I know somebody held me up on Facebook and said I need to put the Bahamas flag, I think, or was the Barbados flag on the flyer. And I had to put so many flags on there. So I'm waiting to see that in the chat also. Trinidad and Tobago. Hey, Jewel. Jamaica again. All right, so we're going to get straight into it. As I say, it's going to be short and spicy, to the point. The school district is seeking Caribbean teachers. And let me first say this, they are going to be sponsoring the J1 visa. For those who don't know what is the J1 visa, the J1 visa is a cultural exchange visa, meaning you are allowed to work in the United States for initial 3 years with some hope of extending that to 5 years. Now I see Barbados in the house. All right. So, yes, the school district is going to be sponsoring the J1 visa. Cameroon in the house. And the J1 visa, as I said, is a cultural exchange visa. So you will be expected to share your culture with the school district. They are sponsoring it for themselves, meaning they do not need a third party to sponsor their visa. And so they're seeking teachers for this school year, this 2023-2024 school year. We know the school year we know the year has already started, but they still need teachers. And so they're seeking teachers from the Caribbean. Isn't that something? Yes. Caribbean teachers, we know you do an awesome job. And so we want you to come and share your teaching experiences and culture here in the United States. Okay. So as I mentioned earlier, they do need reading specialists. I know in Jamaica, we have reading teachers who have a primary education degree or a secondary education degree, but I also know that some of our Jamaican teachers, they move on to do their masters in reading, and we have reading specialists in Jamaica. So they're seeking reading specialists, not just from Jamaica, from the Caribbean, and these reading specialists are needed for primary and middle school. So I know middle school here is what we still call between, primary school grade 6 to 8, middle school, and elementary, what they call it here, we call it primary school, grades 1 to 6. So they need reading specialists as well as science teachers. The science teacher is going to be they're going to be departmentalized, meaning you might have more than one classes that you teach per day. And they also need math teachers. So if you are a trained teacher with experience in these areas, you can start thinking about this opportunity if that's something that you would like to experience. All right. So you might be wondering, how is this going to work? What you're going to do at the end, I will be sharing a Google form that you will complete. It's going to be very simple. You're just going to fill out some basic information, upload your resume, as well as a cover letter, which is not mandatory, but the resume is mandatory. And if you have any other, fancy, I know teachers like to get things fancy and they have their electronic portfolio or other stuff that they would like to share to show their expertise, you can also upload those as well. Once those are uploaded, then they will be vetted. I will be vetting them. And then those who meet the requirements, they will then be sent or should I say be contacted for a more in-person vetting where we might talk on the phone or through Zoom or Skype to, get to know you more. What are your intentions? What is it that you hope to obtain from this teaching opportunity. And from there, if you are selected from the first and second vetting, then you'll move on to the school district. We want to encourage you that things are going to be moving fast because you know the school year already started. So with that said, you want to make sure that you have things, you start putting things in place. For those who don't know, for the J1 visa, there are some things that you will need, for example, like a criminal record. I know some countries might call it a background check. So, things that you can start working on, you can start working on those so that if you are selected and if you are moved forward to the district, then you would have already started working on some of the things that you will need. You also will need your credentials to be evaluated. Your credentials will also be need to be evaluated. So I know a lot of teachers who already started seeking teaching jobs. You would have started already to get your credentials evaluated. So that's another thing you can start working on. Yes, you want to make sure that your passport is up to date. You don't want to travel or be ready to travel and you realize that you have maybe 1 year or less on that. So you want to put things in place so that if you are selected to move on to the district, then you are ready and can move as quickly as they are moving. Okay? Before I go any further, for those who may be on who's already here in the United States, because I'm sure there are teachers here who's already in the United States, and you're interested in getting your teaching licensure and you need a platform to study on, you can always check out study.com. Study.com is a platform that has helped a lot of teachers to study for the different teaching licensure exams to include the praxis and the TechSex and others that is done. If you need a reputable platform, study.com is the way to go. And you can use my code, or should I say my link, which I'll put in the comment section or the comment section below after the live, where you can get a 30% discount for the first 3 months. So that's study.com. So back to the school district. As I mentioned earlier, these opportunities is for this school year, 2023-2024, specifically looking for reading specialists, science teachers, math teachers, and we need these teachers for elementary education, what we call primary school in the Caribbean, and for middle school. Also, don't want to go too much into this, but if you are here and you are a band or music teacher, you can also send your, or should I say, complete the form that is going to be in the comment section below. But the more specific ones are reading teachers, science, and math teachers. Okay. All right. Is there anyone who's not clear on what to do? I'm going to be putting the link in the chat shortly where you're going to be applying, which is really not an application. It's just to complete your basic information with your name, your teaching experience, your country of birth, and uploading your resume and your other credentials that you may think is important that we should have. Okay. So Princess is asking, how do we get the credentials checked? There are many credentialing body, to be specific, Spantran and WES. You can, I know with Spantran, it is used, or should I say accepted in most states. So I always encourage teachers to get their credentials evaluated with Spantran. And since we are talking about the credentials evaluation, for those who are aware of my website at supremacyconnect.com, if you go on my website and get your credentials evaluated by Spantran, you will get a $20 discount. That's under all services on supremacyconnect.com. If you are getting your credentials evaluated through Spantron, then you can get $20 off that fee. It's the I will not say the specific state, but it is should I say upper north or middle. It's not South Carolina, it's not Georgia, it's not Florida, it's not any of the popular states that we are accustomed to. But I must say it's in a city. It is in a city, and you will enjoy that area if you are selected. But that's a good question, Karish. All right, I got mine from Spantron. Good, Cheryl. Sure, Spantron is always a good one to go with because, as I mentioned earlier, Spantron is accepted in almost all 50 states. So I always encourage people to go through Spantron. All right, so if there's no other questions, we're going to end this live. Again, thank you for coming. The link is in the link is in the comment section for you to complete so you can start the vetting process and be contacted as soon as possible if you have met the requirements. For those who don't know, I should mention this also for J1 visa. There are some requirements that you must meet. You must have your at least 2 years of teaching experience. You should be fluent in English, and you should also be willing to share your culture. There are other things that you should have as a J1 sponsor. So those are things that we'll be looking for during the vetting process. Would West, I did mention West. Yes, Cheryl, it's only for this video, for this live today, and for this opportunity that I'm sharing today, it's only for J1 visa. That does not mean that other opportunities will not be coming shortly. But for this opportunity that I'm vetting for, it's only for the J1 visa. And I always encourage people that a J1 visa is not one that you should always shy away from. It does set a lot of foundation for teachers who are leaving their home country for the first time to teach in the United States. I know others may have, other plans, and the J1 visa might not fit into that plan, but the J1 visa is a good visa to start your teaching journey in the United States. I have an unrelated question. How can I ask? You can find me on IG at Kicking with Dr. Brittany and send me a private message. That's Kima. I am not seeing the messages. Stacy, which message are you talking about? The link? I can put the link again. All right, so if that's it for this evening, guys, 1 minute for this train to go. Yes, Karish, the J1 is a good start. The J1 visa is a good start. So, as I mentioned earlier, if nobody has any more questions, that's it for today. I want to take the time to thank you guys for joining. Thanking you for your interest in the opportunity to teach here in the United States. And I look forward to seeing your applications being forwarded to that Google form document. And if you have not liked this video as yet, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And don't forget, as I mentioned earlier, if you want to be in the know about teaching in the United States, you need to subscribe to this channel and also turn your notification bells on so that you can not miss out whenever we upload a video or go live 2 years after the degree for the J1 visa. They usually say two years after the degree, princess, but some school districts are flexible. And so if you have been teaching before, I know in some Caribbean countries, teachers have experience while, studying. You may still stand a chance. So go ahead and put your application in as well. I know it would be nice, but guess what, Carice? Once you finish that vetting process, you will be informed. And this is for a specific reason, which I will not say here live today. But know that if your information is vetted and you are moving to the next stage, you will be informed. Okay, I'll leave it that way. But it is for specific reasons. All right. So again, bye guys. I saw you have. Okay, bye guys, and thanks for joining, and I'll see you next time. Can other countries also apply? We're specifically looking at the Caribbean countries. I'm not sure which country you're from. If you could say, I'm not sure. Or you can reach out to me on IG, as I mentioned earlier, and shoot me a private message. But specifically, this is for the Caribbean countries. All right, thank you guys. Bye. Don't forget. Say hey. Bye. Ghana. Send me a message on IG, Amani. Bye, guys.